How to stop negative imagination. What if I told you that the most dangerous stories you're living are the ones you've never even told? Right now, your mind is crafting a reality that feels like a prison. But what if we could rewrite that narrative? Have you ever found yourself imagining the worst possible scenarios, even when everything seems fine? Those moments when your mind paints a picture of a future that hasn't happened and probably never will? It's exhausting, isn't it? Well, today we're going to dive into how you can stop these negative thoughts from taking over and learn how to regain control of your mind. Section 1. Understanding negative imagination. So, what is negative imagination? It's when your mind creates worst-case scenarios or self-destructive thoughts based on fear, anxiety, or low self-esteem. And the tricky part is, these thoughts feel so real, they can completely shift your mood and behavior. You may end up believing these stories, even though there's no real evidence to support them. For example, imagine you're waiting for a message from a friend, and when they don't reply right away, you start thinking, they're ignoring me, they don't care. Before you know it, your mood spirals downward, and the day feels ruined. But it's all based on imagination, not reality. Section 2. Why we get stuck in negative imagination. Why do we get stuck in these cycles? Negative imagination often stems from anxiety, depression, or past negative experiences. Our brain, wired for survival, tries to predict problems to keep us safe, but sometimes it overdoes it. Your brain creates imaginary scenarios that aren't really there, as if trying to prepare you for a danger that doesn't exist. The key here is understanding that your brain is simply trying to help you, but it's got its wires crossed. The good news? We can rewire it. Section 3. Practical steps to stop negative imagination. There are the most powerful and the effective steps to stop the negative imaginations in your mind. Believe me, this will be gone to helpful for you. Step 1. Awareness is the first step. First, notice when these negative thoughts begin. Awareness is crucial. The next time you catch yourself imagining the worst, pause and ask, is this real or am I just imagining it? This will help you recognize when your mind is running wild. Step 2. Challenge the thought. Once you're aware, challenge the thought. Ask yourself, what evidence do I have for this? And is there another possible outcome? For instance, if you think someone is upset with you, consider other possibilities. They might just be busy or distracted. Step 3. Shift your focus. Now, shift your focus. Redirect your mind by focusing on something positive or neutral. A great way to do this is by practicing mindfulness or engaging in a hobby you love. You can also create a what-if list where you imagine the best possible outcomes instead of the worst. Step 4. Ground yourself in the present. Negative imagination pulls you into an imaginary future. Ground yourself in the present moment. Take a deep breath, focus on what's around you, and remind yourself of what's actually happening, not what might happen. Simple breathing exercises or counting objects in your room can help bring you back to the here and now. Step 5. Rewire your brain over time. Stopping negative imagination isn't an overnight process. It takes practice. Every time you catch yourself and shift your thoughts, you're rewiring your brain. Over time, this becomes second nature, and you'll notice the negative thoughts appearing less frequently. Section 4. Personal story example. Let me share a personal example. A few months ago, I found myself stuck in a loop of negative imagination. I kept thinking, what if I fail at this project? What if no one likes my work? These thoughts consumed me. But then, I started practicing these steps. Awareness, challenging my thoughts, and grounding myself. Gradually, I noticed my mind shift. Those worst-case scenarios, they never happened. Section 5. Final thoughts and encouragement. You don't have to live in a prison of your own thoughts. Negative imagination can feel overwhelming, but with the right tools and practice, you can regain control. Start small, be patient with yourself, and remember, your mind is powerful, but so are you. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell for more tips on improving your mental health and well-being. Share your experiences in the comments. How do you deal with negative thoughts? Let's support each other on this journey.